Hi, everyone. I'm John Cole, Group M APAC's Head of Biddable Social. Today, we continue the conversation on social commerce with a focus on the future and what's next for social commerce. For this chat, I'll be joined by Meta's APAC Product Marketing Lead for Commerce and Messaging Products, Reyna Jung. Welcome, Reyna.
Hi, John. Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone. My name is Reyna. I lead a business product marketing team based in Singapore, focusing on commerce and messaging products.
Reyna, let's get right into it. In your view, what is the future of social commerce?
Great questions. That's what everyone is looking to have a very clear answer to. So social commerce represents obviously really big opportunities. I myself and probably a lot of you who are watching this already experience even past few years how social commerce become prevalent in many countries in APAC, and then the opportunity will continue to grow as overall a commerce economy actually grows. For example, we believe Southeast Asia region will double their e-com GMV in 5 years. That is phenomenal growth. And then if you think about social commerce, that probably might even grow faster. If not, it will continue to grow as total e-com size of the opportunity grow.
And so when we think about brand activity and advertisers, how should brands be thinking about the future of social commerce and various components like AR and VR, and ultimately preparing for this future?
I think there's a few ways to think about like how to prepare for the future, but I think most of those elements is really going to the basic and the fundamentals. So first of all, think about the value. So what brands should have a clear answer to is what value can bring to their customer journey. For example, why is it so important to make certain part of the journey easier or even more fun and lively, or providing more convenience in the shopping journey? So like thinking about and really defining the clear value is very fundamental. And then mapping the value to the actual journey. For example, are you thinking about the discovery covering more broader audience, or interactions with brand more social? So each part of the journey requires like brand new technology such as AR, VR, and mapping this journey that provides certain value is probably the next exercise that we need to do. And then lastly, iteration. So one thing that we know for sure is technology and all these new trends that we are talking about changes all the time. So the core value that brand wants to deliver, operationalizing the team that can be more resilient to changes and multiple iterations of the experience is very crucial.
On that, one of the applications that gets brought up quite often is the role of AI or artificial intelligence. How can artificial intelligence and really ultimately enhance the shopping experience on the Meta platform?
AI is just like standalone technology that actually exists to really enable and then enhance certain part of the experience. So AI will be one of the foundation for the way we shop online going forward. We start testing a new visual search powered by AI for shopping. Visual search helps people find similar products by tapping on an image of a specific type of the product. For example, I was looking for a dress that has certain pattern, like a stripe pattern. Then I can probably click that image, and then that brings the result of a lot of like similar dresses. And in the future, we will make it also possible for people to take photos from their camera to start visual search. So even if you don't have a very specific terms that you can use for search the product that you are interested in, this will definitely enhance the experience. But one thing that I need to mention though, when it comes to technologies like AI, is we are still in a very early stage, but we believe this will make even more delightful shopping experience on our platform.
Okay, and I guess beyond those AI solutions that you mentioned, like visual search, how will Meta evolve to offer additional e-commerce solutions for advertisers in the short-term future?
Yeah. So when it comes to commerce, this is how we actually think of it on Meta platform perspective. Our goal here for commerce is really to create a better experience for people interacting with businesses. The approach we are taking is to work our way down to the stack and then build the services and then tools at every layer of the commerce. So you can imagine that typically we start from the discovery on the top, and then there's several layers of the stacks and all the way down to the payment. So I can give you actually the few examples that we are investing from this stack perspective. So number one, discovery. Shops are really helping businesses have a better presence on their storefront. And then now we have almost 1.2 million businesses with 300 million people interacting with these shops every month. I talked about the payments at the bottom of the stack. And, looking at social commerce behaviors, I can give a very specific example in Thailand. I think that this behavior is very prevalent in a lot of Southeast Asian countries. So people like to talk when they shop, like especially through the messaging platforms. And we wanted to really build a seamless experience on transactional capability and the messaging app, reflecting that organic behavior. So what we did was, instead of providing transactional capability through just like a typical checkout experience, but we actually provided that experience that you can actually pay to the sellers that you are talking to in the messaging thread. So that's a great example, kind of reflecting social commerce behavior into product experience. Another example that I can also give you is live shopping. We envision that live shopping offers chance to build a really deep relationship with the customers that provide new entertaining content and can answer questions and streamline the purchase process through convenient checkout with the shops. So to get there, we built tools that sellers can go live easily using their catalog from the shop they already built. So what that means is you can actually showcase the specific product while you're going live. And hey, those are the shoes that I'm wearing, and they're showing the different angles while going live, but almost like a product queue that people can click and then purchase if they want.
I think each of those concepts make a lot of sense. And I think brands can start thinking about them now or in the immediate future. I want to take a quick second and ask you about sort of the longer term vision of Meta and even the metaverse. So at the Facebook Connect conference just recently, Mark Zuckerberg unveiled his ambitions for the metaverse. So how should advertisers be thinking about this future with Meta?
For those who actually see in Facebook Connect, and then like how it illustrated metaverse in the future, it is actually exciting. And then we see a lot of potential, what kind of experience that we can create. So the experience illustrated at the Facebook Connect recently is a really for the future. We specifically talked about almost like a 10-year time horizon. However, some of the steps that we can take is really creating a delightful shopping experience in today's world. I think that will be a really strong foundation. So building your businesses for today's opportunities by innovating or like a testing, and then also growing your audience, whether it is on Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp. I think that the connection that you're building on these platforms now will still apply in metaverse. then you can take some of the steps in the metaverse, like a later stage, by building new commerce channels through Facebook shops or Instagram shops, and also probably working with some of the other platforms and then developers in the ecosystem, then create even more delightful and seamless experience that you can actually break the limit of the physical distance. I think that would be the way to kind of think about this journey.
Again, I think that sounds really exciting, and we're all super keen to see how this evolves over the next few years, and if not, the next 10 years or so. Just lastly, one last question for you, Reyna. If you could take out your crystal ball and look into the future in 5 years' time, how do you think consumers will be engaging with brands and shopping online for products?
Yeah. One thing that we know is we talked about the change, like how shoppers also embracing changes. If you think about particularly past almost like 2 years, like during the pandemic, a lot of people embraced like a new pattern of the lifestyle. I think the shopping journey was also not an exception. While shoppers are really embracing these changes, I think the brand can build even stronger connections with them by developing digital experiences that can even more resonate with their target audiences. So a couple of pointers, in my opinion, on how to really prepare and then building these experiences. So number one, I think the real-time interaction, real-time experience will continue to be really important. So we talked several times about the live shopping experience, but I think that is still a great example and the phenomenon that we are seeing, that people are getting really engaged deeply with the brand, even like a small sellers directly through the digital experiences. And then secondly, personalization. So shopping journey that is really highly personalized based on my interest and then needs, that is still like enhancing the entire journey. We talked about some of the dress that I was probably get the very quick search result, and then that is super relevant through the AI technology. But that is also part of the personalized experience. If the platform provides some of the discovery experience really based on my needs and then interests, that will be highly relevant for my shopping. And then number three is being very immersive. So shopping experiences that I feel like really I'm in the store. The reason why I go to the store is because I actually get to touch and then experience the product that I could potentially buy, or even ask questions to the person at the store. So with either VR or AR, that I get to experience almost like a fabric and then different angles of my dress as close as I'm in a physical store, and interacting with a person in the store, that those type of experience will be extremely important. But one thing that I want to leave you with though, whether you engage with people through live shopping or new technology, AR, virtual store in a metaverse, I think that the important question should be if these are adding a core value to your customers versus just using the technology just of itself. I think that's really important questions for every brand to answer.
That's definitely a perfect point to leave on. There will always be shiny new products and features, but when it comes down to it, what are the key business goals and campaign objectives that we're trying to achieve, and what's the right path to get us to success? So thank you, Reyna, so much for your time and for your thoughts on the future of social commerce. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John, for having me.